first thing we want to do now is to create our first DBT project. So what we're trying to do in that video that
Please, are you recording? Sorry.
yes, I am.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
What we were trying to do in that video that we're watching was we were trying to enter into a directory. So this is your PowerShell, and this PowerShell, this is my file explorer. Now, inside this PowerShell, we are within a directory here, and if we were to check yours, you probably see similar of such like users and then name of the system. So
Sorry, please hold on. Let me open on that one.
okay,
Okay, okay.
okay. So starting from here, this is your C drive. This is your actual storage disk, and you're on your
Mm-hmm.
PC. So if you go to this PC, you'll see your local disk C drive here. And then within this C drive, you have users. That is inside this
Mm-hmm.
directory, inside this folder, you have users here. And then inside users, you now also have your own accounts here.
User folder.
So mine is user. Within user, you have other, like this now is your main folders inside your system. And then
Mm-hmm.
everything here is typically what you will see as media. So you have downloads, pictures, music, videos, everything is within your desktop, which is what is giving you here. So what we are going to do now is I want to create a project inside this. So inside this folder, which is here. This is what we're going to create. And this is GitHub, correct? GitHub
Mm-hmm.
documents. Now, if you don't have that, you can also create that folder later. Do well to check.
Okay, please hold on. Let me just check. I don't have two screens, just one screen. So let me just check. This PC, my local disk. Mm, users, username. Okay, I have documents.
Yeah, so definitely you have documents. Now, the documents on this pinned parts here, if you're using Windows 11, this document is most likely going to what do you call it? OneDrive. Yeah, so it's going to OneDrive. This is not what you want to use. You want to use the documents inside this local C drive, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can just pin, you can right click on this one and then pin to quick access so that I can always see it here. This is what we are going to be using for this document inside here.
Okay, I've pinned it already.
Okay, so that's what we are going to be using, and that is what is so inside here now. We want to go inside this document here. What we do is we do cd. So cd is just change
Sorry, please, I'm coming now. I used to have. I thought I was going to see two documents. Sorry, please, I'm coming. Before pinning, I have it in my normal document, but you said that's not what you're going to be using.
Yeah.
They're going to be using the one into the local disk. So how? But then when I tried to, sorry, username. When I tried to pin to quick access, I'm not seeing it reflect. Okay, please, on your own, but what's the difference between the normal one on your desktop and the other one that you paint to quick access?
This
Do you understand what I'm saying?
yeah.
Okay, that is it. Mine is not pinning though.
It's you just close File Explorer, open it again. It should be there.
Okay, let me first do it.
Okay. So we are currently in your PowerShell. We are currently in the directory of, they call this directory, right? We're currently in the directory of our drive user and users and user. We want to enter into the documents directory, and what we usually do is cd. Cd is a short form for change directory, right? So change directory into documents. So after I write that, you just click enter, and then you're inside your documents directory. Okay, so within this document directory, what you want to do is you want to create a folder, which is the folder I'll be using for all our projects. For me, I have GitHub, right? So that's what I'll be using for all of my projects. You can, as usual, create new folder here, right? It's very straightforward. Create new folder and name your folder. If you want to use your terminal to make it, I don't know, I just always prefer terminal. The command for that is mkdir. Now, what this simply means is make directory, short form for make directory. So once you write mkdir, you now write in the name of the folder you want to create. So usually I just create GitHub, right? So for any project I do it inside GitHub. But since I already have GitHub, I'll just name it GitHub 2. But you can create yours as GitHub, regular GitHub, and enter inside. So you would see GitHub created inside your. You're done. Okay, so now we want to enter into our GitHub directory as usual. We just do change directory GitHub. When you're writing anything you're writing within your PowerShell is not case sensitive. Right? It can be this one when you're creating a directory is case sensitive because that is what will be here. But when you're going into it, it's not. You can just go ahead and click it and you're within your GitHub directory. So now inside our GitHub directory, what we want to do now is we want to create our first project for our first DBT project, right? So let's make another directory for that, another folder for that project that we'll be creating now. So let's do um first first DBT project. I prefer to use underscore, right? Not that I prefer to use underscore, it's always standard to use underscore because it makes it easier when you're entering into this directory, right? It's kind of awkward when you want to enter into that directory and you have to put in space, right? So you have to just put underscore to make everything just as a single text. So we can make directory and then we now enter into that our folder. So project. Now, if you find all this process long and tedious, right, you can still come into do it manually, come into here, then come into here, and then just right click here and open in terminal. So it just opens it directly inside here. Right. So and this is where we want to be. So it's at this point we will now actually need to start using PowerShell terminal, PowerShell command. The first thing we want to do is, well, personally, I'm just always so used to using my keyboard, especially if I don't want to use my mouse. So that's why I go all this long process. It's not necessary. So the first thing we want to do is we want to create a project, right? We want to create a project for, I want to create a project, a DBT project. Now, usually we could just go straight and do um, DBT initialize. So we use this to create a DBT project, right? If we click enter, if we click enter, what it does is that it will try to create a templated project for us. This just comes out of the box and they call it Java. Okay, let me cancel this one. Okay, so like I said, what we want to do is we want to create a DBT project is just a set of folders, right? Set of organized folders. We want to create that DBT project. And this command dbt initialize, dbt init is short for initialize. It creates, sorry. Okay. So this dbt init, it creates the project for us within this directory. Yes, that is just all it does to create your DBT project. Okay. So the moment you click on enter, it creates a templated project, right? A template project is just like an example. It just gives you an example to use, and it calls it Java Shop. Sorry. Okay. So let's continue. Which adapter? Did we install an adapter? We installed, yeah, BigQuery. So let me continue with mine. So over here you can see we have this out. Mine will still reach there, then we'll continue from that part. So just go down. Let me exit 1 second. Okay. Okay. No, no, no problem. I knew there had to be an issue, right? Apparently the issue is Nigeria. So it's not you. It's okay. So how far along are you on your own installation? So Biswa, if you look at my system, I believe this is right, what you're looking at, right? So we know usually we are using so we'll go along with BigQuery. Just your arrow keys, go down, go up, and enter and BigQuery. Okay. So just click enter and continue. Just click enter. We'll sort it down later on. Enter. Data sets also just click enter. Mine is pre-populating mine because I've done a project before. Just click enter. Okay, let's look at project ID. You know what? Yeah, just write any random thing. Um Write X and then enter. Yeah. Just the same thing, X and then enter. Location, just write in US, enter. Service accounts, enter. Right, just put X and then enter. What's the error? Okay, it wants us to connect to it wants it to connect to this thing by force. Oh yeah, don't worry, we'll continue with that with with Ezekiel. So Ezekiel, are you ready? Okay. So Miss Busala, what you do is just click Control C to cancel the whole thing. So what we will do now, okay, just close it. Just X the partial and just close it. So Ezekiel, is your has the Git finished installing? I think that's the last thing. Just install it on your system. So the first thing we want to do now is we want to what of is your BigQuery? Have you set it up? Setting it up, if you just have a Google account, just go and sign in. Just open up BigQuery and then sign in. So Ms. Busala, so you to go to BigQuery. That's where we start from. Yeah, BigQuery. Anywhere as long as you're there. Yes, anywhere. Actually, okay, so Ezekiel, are you there? Yes. Okay. Yeah. If he asks you to put in credit card, you can skip that. Are you in? Okay, share your screen. Right. Okay. Close this place. Just close this place. This place now. Here, click on console. Click on console. Click on console towards your top right. Okay, so start a new, just leave all these ones, ignore it. Start new project. Yes, yes, select a project. So Ms. Busola, I think we created a new project in your in the last time I was with you. That that was because we're using DBT Cloud, but now we're not using DBT Cloud, so we won't have any issue. Yeah, you should be on your project now. Just go. Yeah. Ezekiel, go back. Ezekiel, go back. Just close this place. Click anywhere outside it, outside this box. Right. Ms. Bosola, this place you see select a project. You can either see your projects that we created last class or you see select project. Okay, good. So Ezekiel, you see you now create a new project. So click on select a project, a new project. Yeah, so give your project a name, any name at all. Okay, so create, select project. Good. So now we are on, okay, hold on. Okay, so now we are on that project. So scroll down at this left hand bar here. Scroll down. You see BigQuery. Just click on BigQuery. See your BigQuery here. So click on Studio. Mm, that is that's our main. That's where we want to be. Okay, so let me continue with my own screen, and then you guys just follow along. What we want to do now is we want to create our what we want to do is we want to create our first DBT project. And as you were saying, Ms. Bisola, it was giving you error because you need to have a BigQuery, you need to have a storage, right, to connect your DBT to, right? Because the purpose of DBT is to perform transformation. So here now you can see we have this your project, your BigQuery should look like this. This here, this this long name here, you should see it on your own. If you're not there, let me say you're here. It's still the same. I seen it. Yeah. So this long name here, this long name that I was saying here, if you're on this place, you can just go into Explorer. So this classic Explorer, you can just go into Explorer here. This I prefer this Explorer because it's easier to understand. So this long name here, this is your project. This is your BigQuery project ID. This guy here, right? So just note this. Then what you want to do is you want to connect DBT to BigQuery. What we want to do is we want to go into this place, right? So, this is why you've already done it last class, but you can just do it again. So you want to go into this left hand menu here and go into IAM and admin. And then inside IM and admin, we want to go into service accounts. So are you following? Are we together? Mr. Ezekiel, please, are we together? I said Mr. Ezekiel. Mr. Ezekiel. Mr. Ezekiel, please, are we together? Okay. So we want to go into service accounts. Well, now, what is the purpose of service accounts? Service accounts is what helps BigQuery. So service accounts are accounts that allows BigQuery to connect with other softwares. So here we are going to create a service account and we are going to give this account to DBT. Now in DBT we use these service accounts, the service accounts that we just created to be able to perform to be able to do things inside our BigQuery project. So what we want to do is create a service account. So let's click on that create a service account up there. So create a service account, you put in a name. So let's call it DBT project. Authorizing DBT. So put in a name, you already have your ID populated, then create and continue. You can put in a description if you wish to. Service accounts project. So create and continue. So are you with me? Yeah, we are giving permissions, but let's Ezekiel reach here. Yeah, sorry. What are you talking of this one or the one previous? Are you in are you in step two or step one? Yeah, if you're in step one, create and continue if you put in your name. So Mr. Ezekiel, are you there? Yeah. Any name at all, but at least let it explain to you what the service account is for. Because this service account now is for your DBT transformation. So instead of just putting a random, we put it DBT. Because you can have multiple service accounts in your project. The service account ID is pre-populated. You don't need to write anything at all. You can even leave that. That, that doesn't change much. So now we are at permissions. Now, what is permissions? Permissions are what are access that we give this service account. So it's literally access that we are giving DBT because DBT is what is going to be using this service account. So we are giving it any particular permission that it can use. Permissions in your organization now. You could have admin permission. You could have only read permission. You could have Oga at the top permission, right? Owner permission. So in this case, we just want to give it owner's permission, right? So if you click on select, you should see owner. If you're not seeing owner, just search for owner. and you see it. So full access to most Google Cloud resources. So click on owner. So are you guys with me? Okay. All right. Yes, continue. So Miss Bisola, are you with me also? Continue. Then just continue. Done. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So in security, this is a security concern, right? This is a security concern. Normally, you're not even supposed to give DBT permission of um, that is too much privilege. There's what they call least privilege principle when it comes to security and data security as a whole. Least privilege principle. It simply means give whatever service the least privilege that it needs. And DBT does not need the privilege of owner, but since we are just using it for a practice project and it is right inside your system, it will not affect anything. So let's click on done, and you've created this is your you would see your service accounts that you just created. So once you see your service account, what you want, you click into this service account. Click into your service account, and then you will go to keys. So once you go to keys here, okay. So if you go back, this is your service ID. You would see it there. Then click on yes, click on. So in our service ID, you want to go to keys. So this keys here. So click on keys. Miss Bisla, are you with me? Okay. So yeah, so you click on add keys, right? Click on add key right here. And we want to create a new key. And this new key is going to be a JSON. Right? So it's going to be JSON, and then we just click on create. Once you click create, it will download a file to your system. Just save it in any meaningful place that you want to keep it. Okay. Okay. How did you create your how did you create your accounts? Did you create your accounts under any organization? Did you create your accounts using your business email? Sorry, is it work email or anything? Or your personal email? In where? When you were creating? No, you shouldn't have put in anything. So now you're under an organization, right? But to stick with, I think you could have selected no organization. I'm very sure you could have selected no organization. We'll get to that. Miss Ezekiel, what am I saying? Mr. Ezekiel, have you downloaded your own? Okay, good. So just save it and then close. Just save. Okay. Um, Miss Bisola will go and correct that right now. Miss Bisola will go and correct that right now. So let's go. Let me see something. I'm trying to remember where to get this done. Go to organization policy. So go to I am and then click on organization policies. Right, if I can remember how to solve this. Now click here and search for service accounts. Click on disable service account creation. Save, disable service account key creation, not so check it. If it's inactive, you have to, if it's active, you have to turn it to inactive. Is it active? The one that's active, turn it to inactive. The one that is active, you would see constraint type is probably managed and not manage legacy. It's probably this one that is active. So come, let me see. Um, that is now the thing that is blocking your own, in your system. You need to select a resource under an organization to manage policies. So where is the resource? Inherit parent policy. I'm not under any organization. Okay, share your screen. Share your screen. Let me see if I'll be able to solve this tree on the screen. That's my first. Okay, yours is different. So I guess that's why. Scroll down. Status and so you're under you're under an organization. Scroll down. So now this scroll down. Let me see what it says. Applies to my first project. Inherit parent. Over on that manage policy. Let me see what it's saying. Manage policy. Try and click hover over it. Up right. See it here. In the middle of it, and down you can see it's manage policy. Right. It's kind of the following for permissions are required to edit is an example of role that contains this permission. I don't like dealing with these things. Please click on this my first project. Let me see the organization you created. Your project stuff. Just click on it. Don't click on it. Don't click on. You know what? Create a new project. Create a new project. Yeah, and it's worked. And it's worked. So create this new project and let's go along with it. Okay. Yes. So let's go straight to that service account. Select your project. Select your project. Select your no your project. Change to the project you just created. New project. So create in the service account. Service name. Create and continue. Just create and continue. Owner. Continue. Done. Okay, so let's try and create a key. Don't go into your service account here, click on it. Key. Create a key. Create. Okay, so that is done. Close it. Then let me continue sharing my screen. Mr. Isaac, are you still with us? Alright. So you can see my screen right now. Okay, so the next thing I want to do now is now this is any little thing I can just get one error that can stress you. But either way, let's continue. That's why we're here. The next thing we want to do is we want to create our DBT project. We want to create our DBT project. So as I was already taking the solar earlier, Mr. Ezekiel, yeah, please tell me you already use PowerShell before now, else we will fight. You can't have Python on your system and not using PowerShell. Okay, thank God. So what we want to do is we just want to create a directory, a folder for our project that I want to start. The first project I want to start is a DBT project, right? So we go into of any of your folder that you use for building your project, right? So we just go into that folder within your tech. You can go into the folder, you can create a new folder. A new folder. Yeah, I talk to me. Okay, no, I didn't. I didn't. So you can just create a folder, right, within your file explorer. If you want to, I can put it inside PowerShell, either ways, right? Inside here, go into your folder and then click open in terminal. I showed I showed Ms. Bisola how to do it everything inside terminal, but whichever one you want to follow doesn't really matter. So inside here now we are in our folder that we want to use for our new DBT project. First thing, first thing we want to do is we want to create the DBT project itself. Now, what you're going to keep in mind is please um locate that JSON file that you downloaded. Let's locate the JSON file there. Make sure you know where you downloaded that JSON file to. Let me know what I need. Startup project. Okay, so I can see my no problem. Just open up PowerShell. Although Windows 10 PowerShell is kind of ugly, so that's another issue. It will look different from Windows 11 PowerShell, but it's the same thing. Okay, Ms. Bisu, are you with me? So, all right. So this is where we stopped. This is where we were. Don't worry, we'll solve everything. Any file that was created inside that your folder, just delete everything. Yeah, you created a new folder for your project. If it has already created anything inside, just delete. Yes, yes, delete it. So, Mr. Isaac, are you with me? The thing with Windows 10, you will not be able to open it directly. This option is not available in Windows 10. So what you do is you will just go to your PowerShell. And so it will be in this directory, um, C drive, users, users, user, right? So C drive, users, and so you want to go into your documents, right? Your documents directory. So what you do is you just do cd change directory documents and you enter. Yes, my where I'm using my projects folder I'm using is in documents. If yours is not in documents, just go into any directory that yours is in. Probably in downloads or videos or pictures. I don't know where it is. Okay. So you just go into documents. Whatever name you give your folder, right? Be it if it's inside a subfolder like GitHub, I have mine inside GitHub. So you just go into whatever folder it is, GitHub. If it's inside another folder inside GitHub, right? New DBT project. You can now do you can just do slash new DBT project. If that is what is inside your own folder, I don't know what's inside your folder. What's inside? This is my this is my documents. What is inside my documents is not what is going to be inside your documents. Good. So whatever folder that you're using, just cd cd into that folder. If it is inside a subfolder, mine is inside GitHub, inside new DBT project. You just do good. Then just do cd new DBT project. Mm. So like this now we already learned something. We've already learned BigQuery and terminal. It's not normally normally you would. It's common. Yeah, it looks very new. No, it's not. It's not case sensitive. Have you gotten it? It's not. Yeah, I don't think you need to even click Ctrl in your own page. You're just loading. You're just opening a document. It's an instance. Or use CMD instead of PowerShell. I don't know why PowerShell looks kind of odd. What is that? It's PowerShell we are using. You know what? Just open up. Use CMD. Use command prompt. Open up command prompt. Use command. So go to command prompts. Just go to your. Are you saying? Okay, so go to the folder that you want to enter inside. Just go inside. I hope you can click this. Alright, just copy this. Can I copy this? It's just the head of your file explorer. It's just the path to this folder. You can't find it. Right click on the folder and check for it there. So check for copy as path or something like this. I don't know how Windows 10 looks kind of different. So that's the issue. So look for anything that you see parts, copy parts or copy as parts or show more options and then look for parts inside. Parts. At the very least, you should see this. Please tell me this is you should see this. Copy as parts. Share your screen. If the call ends in 15 minutes, I'll still create another one. But how much you want to pay? Right. So go to your PowerShell for your file explorer. Go to your file explorer. Let me see. So select on it and right click on it and search for parts. Yeah, enter inside the project. So yeah, so click that top, click that top there. Don't hmm, that new DBT. Yeah, don't click that one. Click the empty space. Okay, click the yes. Copy that. Yeah, put your PowerShell. Right. CD. Write your CD. Space. Space. And paste it. Enter. A position. Blah blah blah. Okay, you put space. Another issue. Repeat the same thing. Paste it. CD. Yeah. Paste it. Space. Paste it. Ms. Bisola, this is why I was kicking against that space. Can you when you're creating a using underscore data. But either ways, let's go around it. So go to this your HP. First, go to the HP. Go to the front. You can't use mouse. You have to use So go to the front. Go to the front. Then put double quote. Double is it double quotes? What they call it? Double quotation. No, not there. To the front of H. Yeah, go to front of H. Put your quotes. Not there. Yeah, double quotes. Then put it after C. So do the same thing in front of new DBT project. Yeah. Yeah. So press enter. Okay. So we are there now. So if you can rename your folder, please do. Later on, not now. Anything use underscore instead of space. Yeah, I'm still here. So I'm sharing my own screen. So can you guys see my screen? Okay. So as okay, you can see my screen, right? Right. So the first thing we want to do now, we've already created our BigQuery data warehouse, our BigQuery project. Now we want to create a project. From the moment we are creating our DBT project, it will be asking you to connect directly to your BigQuery project, right? Yeah. So just CD inside. CD inside anywhere you're going to. Yeah, CD inside the folder. I don't know the name of your own folder, so whatever I named it. Mm, okay. So let's just go ahead to initializing our DBT project. So this is the command for initializing our DBT project. Now, DBT, we can use this command because we've already installed DBT inside. We use part. We use PowerShell to install dbt, and then this is the command dbt in. So once you put that in, just click enter. Good. Uh, over, override, yeah, you had already started before. That's why. Override. Your way. Your way. Are you putting in the new? Wait, hold on. Did you redo what we just did? And we were already inside the directory now. Where I left where I left you was the directory it's supposed to use and continue. Yeah, so that is literally where you just write in dbt in it. You're not doing any of this. Yeah, enter. Okay, so we can now agree that all of us are here. Okay, good. So what I'll do now, I'll end the call and then create another call for you guys to join. Is that okay? We supposed to we're supposed to end by 9 normally, right? But because of delay and everything, I just want to reach a particular point that from next class we take off from there instead of all this halfway through stuff. It's supposed to end by 9, honestly. This will not take few minutes, just few minutes and we are done. But it will be longer than this few minutes that's given us here. Okay, so I can continue. Are you hearing me? Good. So you want to select BigQuery, right? Since BigQuery is what we're using. Just click on enter and select to select BigQuery. Enter. Just press enter. Just go down to BigQuery, select BigQuery and press enter. Make sure the arrow is on big. I've done I have an existing project. Yours is X. Good. Ms. Bisola, yours is X because that was the last thing you put inside it. Yours is empty because you've not done it before. So what you're going to do is we are going to go into our BigQuery project. Remember, this is your project icon inside here. So you want to copy this project ID. Select and copy it. No, it's not. It's the BigQuery Studio. Are you there? Have you gotten, Mr. Azika, have you gotten yours? Okay. So go back to your BigQuery, go to your BigQuery Studio. You see it there. So new one. You see your project ID. Are you done? Yes. Yes. Sounds to know if Mr. Ezekiel is done. Okay. So now you're seeing data sets. For data sets, we just give it um let me call it transform because we're using DBT to transform the data. So call it transform. So what is data sets? If you this here is your project ID, but this is your BigQuery project ID. Now data set is just the data sets you're going to create inside your BigQuery project. That is what data sets is all about. Right? So if you go to your BigQuery, you see data sets. Whatever name, whatever name you give it here, that is the name of data sets that will be created inside. Any transformation DBT carries out is to be carried out inside that data set. So we are giving ours transform, then you can click enter. For location, just click US, then enter. Then authentication service accounts. Our service account that we created, click enter. So part to okay, yes. There are no data centers in Nigeria. Or at the very least, Google does not have any data center in Nigeria. So you can't have any BigQuery um, project inside Nigeria. So literally, your BigQuery project does not exist in Nigeria. It exists in a server in US. JSON file, service account. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So paths to service account is what is next. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Please remove it. So just go to wherever it is. Are you following along, Mr. Ezekiel? Okay. So copy as paths and then paste and remove these codes. Although you will not see copy as paths, so you can just repeat what we did, right? For inside that, what do they call it? Inside your PowerShell, what we did, where you just go here. Okay, you won't even see it here. But either way, just go here, copy that part. So here is what you will do. You have WN. Yeah, I'm hearing you. So what you will do in your own case now, you know what we did earlier on. You will go to this your document. You go to wherever it is, right? Since you can't do copy as part. I follow you. Since you can't do copy as parts, you just select from up here, then you copy. But even if you copy it from up here, you will not see the document, or you can go into properties. So you should see properties. If you go into properties, you should see this your parts. Okay, you don't see the same thing, you don't see parts. So what you just do is go into that properties. One moment. Go into that properties, copy this part, copy your part that is here. Are you watching? So copy that your part that is here, copy it, right, and paste it somewhere, and add slash backward slash backward slash. Then copy the name of the file, add it also. So it should be something, it should be exactly like this. Now remember your own hard space somewhere. Anywhere your part has space, just go in there and put in the. So the moment we do this, we'll just stop here for today. Okay, what is it? Mm, check your browser. Okay, yeah. Mission one. Open file location. And that is it. Yeah. So you can just copy it from that instead of opening properties. That's download. Where that download is, click on download and copy. Yeah, copy that one. Copy that one and paste on. Paste there. Then go to download. Where that's this PC storage chemical is. That's that no, not there now. That place where you click before. Yeah. So copy down to mm, and then paste down in front. Paste it in front of what it is there. Sorry, not in front. Where is in front? Where is the back? The other part, the other side. The hand. Then put your backward slash. So copy this like this. Copy everything. And paste inside here. Yeah. Service accounts. You've not clicked enter. Click enter. Just press enter. Paste it here. Okay. Good. So is visible. Eh? What did you just say? Just press Y. Press Y. Press the yeah. Where's the error? Because yes, yours is complete. Yours is complete. Yeah, sure. Let's see. So what is going on? Scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down. Let me see the error. Authentication failed. DBC was unable. Uh, yeah, she didn't put it. She didn't put it on easy. So go to your file Go to your file explorer. Go to your file explorer. Let me hope I can find it in my own. Go to this PC. Go to your PC and don't worry. Yeah, go to this PC. Go to local disk. Yeah, go to local disk. Go to your users. Which one is it? Is it username you're using? Yeah, enter this .dbt. Open that profiles. Yeah, so open it. Or just open. All these long spray, leave them. Good. So see what you just did here. Add that n and save it. Just Control S is saved. Control S, you're done. So close it. That is all. Everything, if you look at this thing, everything that you were putting in there is what you would see inside that file. Everything that you're seeing inside there is what you will see inside there. So BigQuery, new projects, transform service accounts, parts, US. And it was created inside that folder for us. Go on. Come on. No, we've not started the work. Okay, so uh, okay, you can go ahead. Okay, so Ms. Bisla, you are actually right on what we are trying to achieve, right? So that is exactly what we are doing with the whole PowerShell. Now, if I believe your own question, Mr. Ezekiel, is why exactly are we using PowerShell? Like, that is the fundamental question. Why are we going through PowerShell, doing all those DBT, initialize, and stuff? I think Ms. Bisola will be more aware of these things. So, Ms. Bisola, remember when we were using DBT Cloud, they were clicking one thing from one place to another, one place to another on the browser. so, so yeah. So, what the purpose of PowerShell? The purpose of PowerShell itself is before Windows existed, right? Before this fancy GUI you're seeing here existed, they used terminal. That's why back then, those days, you see people using terminal. Like, this guy is hacking, he's doing some crazy thing, right? They were called nerds that time. They were just using terminal, green and black. Now everything's fancy, right? So the idea is instead of using GUI, so GUI is just basically any app that you open, software that you open in your system. If you open Notes, that is a GUI, right? If you open browser, if you open your Microsoft Store, those are GUIs. So instead of opening GUIs, because these guys are not going to start creating entire app just for you to launch a DBT project. That's why you use PowerShell. Use your terminal to create all these things. Just using text. That is just it. So DBT in it is a PowerShell command. We've already installed DBT in our system. Normally, if you installed an application in your system, you should see a GUI. You should see the whole fancy interface. But there's no interface for that. They are not going to give you interface for that because you're going to use VS Code all the time. So what's the purpose of the interface? That is when you now pop up that terminal. DBT is already inside your system and you have to access it using that terminal. So now inside that terminal, it already has certain commands. You use commands through that terminal. So now you have init, which is initialize. We are using DBT to initialize a project inside system. That's why I say you can literally do everything you want to do in your system just using terminal. Like literally, even browsing, you can use terminal. But nobody wants to do that. We all want GUI. That is what we can comprehend. Visual stuff. So that's just the purpose. Terminal is just abstracting away the visual aspect of it. That's all it is. So that's why I have started learning code, terminal code. It completes. That is it. Okay. So we are. Thank you. Thank you very much. So all right. So the last thing we'll just do, just for today, last thing we'll just do is to check out our DBT project that I created. So this is it inside. If you check that your Java shop, right? So Yeah, yeah. It's DBT. It's DBT that created it inside. So when we did DBT initialize, that's what was created. So you just, yeah, forget logs, just leave logs alone. That one is not. So just open up your VS Code, then open folder. So this folder, you will see it yourself. Open folder. So once you click on open folder, don't worry, we'll soon end the class now. Just click on open folder, go into your documents and locate your projects you just created. Then just select the Jaffle shop itself. I don't know why I created this new bit. Anyways, just select the Jaffle shop, select folder. Are you guys there? We're almost done. This is the last part. Yeah, so locate your Jaffle shop folder and then select. Yeah, trust everything. You're the author now. So just click yes, that is not an issue. Um, so this is what you people see. Inside this entire screen is your DT project. Yeah, rest. Go ahead. Go ahead. But that is since we are not doing anything today, we don't really need it. So this is our DB projects, and this is where we work, start working with from next class, right? So this is where everything is inside. So you take a sneak peek at it, you see existing templates inside it. Honestly, honestly, I don't know what's coming inside yours. Right? It's DBT that generated it. So what is inside yours? All right. Yeah, when you did DBT initialize, it generated everything. You can do this manually, honestly, but I don't want to go through that process. You can create everything manually. You have to, they they are sample stuff, literally sample stuff. Just created it. Okay, I said, are you hearing me? Yeah, I said it's literally just a sample project that DBT gave you. Like, much like it. So, oh, you just installed an extension. Leave all those ones. Yeah, all right. So, Miss Bisola, you too, you should also install that stuff. Install that extension. So go to extension and search for DBT, see it, and install. Register for us. All right. So Yeah, you were coming one by one. So you were coming one by one. It's like even now, so one person is still missing. No, I said even now, so one person is still missing. So not much I can do about it. All right. Mm, so all right. Good night, everyone.